I'm a big fan of Dead Rising 4, or Dead Rising in general. I like I've played all the games. I like all of them. I didn't play Off the Record, but I enjoy all of them immensely. Way more. I think I looked on Steam. I had 30 hours on Dead Rising 3. That's more than a lot of people. I did basically everything in the game. It's just fun. It's just fun to do. And the thing with Dead Rising 4 is they finally got around to improving it uh, in like so many ways. So they added the biggest change is they added a weapon wheel for each kind of object. So before it was just a bunch of items you could have with you. So like, oh, I got a baseball bat, and I got a chair, and I have a goofy hat. And you had them all in the same weapon wheel. But now, guns, melee weapons, and throwable objects like grenades are separated out into three separate things. And you can see them kind of above me, right here. That's melee, that's guns, and that's throwable things way to the side. And this change is huge to me. It means you could just pull out a gun, start shooting tons of zombies, and then immediately switch to a sword and start slicing people up. It's got the skill combo moves, which I will do probably copious amounts of throughout this. And you do throw grenades in the middle of that. You combo weapons. It's tons of fun. I got this one thing earlier today. It was like a snowball launcher. So it's a combo weapon that just shoots snowballs. So you're aiming this gun and the zombies are getting frozen. Little snowballs. It's so dumb. I made a combo weapon that was a magic wand, and you'd hit the zombies and they'd turn into like gingerbread men or a present or a candy cane. Like pew pew pew. It's so dumb. That's what's fun about Dead Rising, and I think they finally, they got rid of the time limit, like super gone. And they just let you have fun. There's so many zombies in this game. They're everywhere. And it's fun to just kill them with everything you have. You're getting grenades left and right. You got rocket launchers. You got this like little car you can get into, like a little go-kart, and it shoots lightning. Why? I don't know. You can get a dinosaur head, and you can combo weapon that into a dinosaur head that's on fire, and then you're hitting people with your dinosaur head on your head, so you're like headbutting them, and then its combo move is you just breathe fire on everyone. Why? No one knows, no one cares, because it's fun. That's what Dead Rising 4 does perfectly. It starts you off with this dream sequence where it just gives you a ton of zombies to kill and a bunch of weapons, and just says go. And then constantly throughout the game so far, it's just moment after moment of, hey, kill some stuff over here. I'm like, all right, I'll gladly do that. This is a ton of fun to just kill zombies. And that's what the series has always been about, but it's kind of had trouble with the finicky controls and the time limit, which I do like the time limit. I will defend the time limit. I'm a big fan of Pikmin 1 and its time limit, but I think by removing it and by adding in just how you can have weapons in this game, but the different slots, it just makes it fun. You're constantly leveling up, or unlocking some challenge, or finding a blueprint for a new combo weapon, or exploring little towns. So now, okay, they brought back the mall, which was a big thing. I don't know why there was no mall in 3. I think they just kind of forgot that that was what people wanted. They brought back the mall, they brought back the camera. The camera's cool too, but it's about the mall, right? And the game immediately drops you off in the mall. It knows. You do the little tutorial mission, you do the little dream sequence, and you do this little thing, and you're doing stuff with the camera. And then immediately, you are in the mall. And it is as good as it has ever been in the mall. Now, they claim this is the biggest mall in the world. I don't know what world that is, because it isn't this one. It's not a huge mall. But it's great. It's so good to be back. There's just something about it, about being in a mall, that is so much fun when there's a zombie apocalypse. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. I need to go back to the mall because the story after that kind of takes you away. Takes you away from the mall into the town surrounding the mall. And it's kind of broken off into 4 sections with the mall in the middle for loading and all that kind of shenanigans. And the town sections are smaller. If you played Dead Rising 3, they're smaller than those, but they're more interesting. The ones in Dead Rising 3 were just kind of streets, and sometimes there'd be buildings with stuff going on, but it wasn't that super interesting, or it wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't set up like, it was just a lot of stuff in the way. And now it's more interesting to roam the streets. There are a shit ton of zombies just literally everywhere. There's cars everywhere. There's the new exosuits, which is like just mech armor. And there's almost every building can be gone into, it seems like. At least 80% of them. You can go into them, see what the store was. It gives you a little bonus for finding every store. It marks every store on the map. You can see the map here. That's convenient. It's so much fun to just explore in this world and see what you find. There are little hideouts in people's houses, and it's not like on the level of The Last of Us or something where there's environmental storytelling of this house you found, someone's house, but it's still an interesting house. It still might have some fun stuff going on, and at the end of the day, it's just a ton of fun to kill zombies. It's just, that's what it is. Like, end of sentence. When you have 6 melee weapons, one of them is a sledgehammer with grenades attached to it, you're gonna have a fun time. I think one of my favorite weapons is this candy cane crossbow that when you shoot it, actually I'll probably get it in here later. When you shoot it, it just explodes into this firework thing, and it's like, pew! These things make cutesy little noises like that too. There's the Gandalf staff, which is this little weird projectile staff, but it's combo move. You slam the staff into the ground, and a bunch of little robotic Santas come out of it and just start walking forward. It just has a ton of fun. And Frank West, I know people were upset about the new voice actor or whatever, but I like it. He's good, is what I mean. And his sense of humor is good. It's funny. It's fun. It's dumb. It's just dumb fun. There's no, like, there's nothing else to it. It's kind of broken in some ways. Like, if you just let me jump over that thing, I don't jump over it very well. I kind of flip and flop around. Picking up items off the ground can be annoying because they kind of put 16 things next to each other. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The game, a lot of reviews mentioned how easy it is. I don't think it's as easy as people are saying it is, because you can kind of dick around and get yourself into bad situations, but that's my fault for just killing all the zombies in sight. I've also had some crashes on PC. Not too many, but I think more than one in 8 hours is too many, so too many. I think I've had 3 crashes. These events will still happen where there's little encounters with someone, and you have to rescue them, and they can die, but it's not like it was in Dead Rising 1 or 2, where they're dead and they're gone for good. It's just kind of anonymous quests that pop up on the side. They stripped down a lot of this and kind of streamlined it into every moment is fun. You'll be doing the story, and it'll just set up a moment like, okay, you're going to get here and you're going to fight a bunch of guys. I'm like, okay, I'll fight a bunch of guys here. In a way that it never did before. It never was like fighting all the guys you could do, but it wasn't necessarily about it. And there's something fun about having no time limit and going around and killing a ton of zombies and finding a dress on the ground and just picking up a dress. And now you're in a weird dress with a chainsaw running through the mall with your goofy little sunglasses on. I do that. Every single clothing item I can pick up, I pick up. And so I have my crazy guy with like a pirate tat and like just like no shirt on, just tattoos. It's fun. It's dumb fun. It's exactly what I want. I think it's one of my favorite games of the year. It's so much fun. It's definitely one of the most fun times I've had of any game this year, I would say. Now, technically proficient? No. Here's the skill tree. Tons of stuff to do on the skill tree. Unlocking more slots for weapons, health, all kinds of stuff. It's a little overly complex in certain respects. Like, it's just kind of, we needed 100 levels, so let's just make this over here. I don't know. But that's fun. It works. You're getting so many skill points. I'll pause the game and level up when I have 6 to level up with, because there's just so many, and you kind of have to wait and level up. Like each tier of them, you have to be level 15 to level these up. So you're like, okay, I'll wait until I'm level 15 and I'll level all this shit up. with my 16 points I have saved. But that's it. It's fun. This isn't a review. I'm feeling a little fatigued starting with it at about 8 hours in. I'm gonna go back to the mall and do some more optional stuff now and kinda see how I feel about it, because I would like to beat it and see how I feel about it towards the end of it, to do a review, more official review. As it stands, as a big fan of the series, every one of them, this is the best one by far in terms of gameplay. And especially if you were like really intrigued by the idea of Dead Rising, but the first one scared you away, because the first one really is like it's not a easy walk in the park game, and I can appreciate why people are upset that they haven't embraced that more. But I think we did get Dead Rising 1 and 2 and Off the Record in that style, so you could just go play those, and they just did re-release them in HD and all that on the consoles. But if you like the gameplay of it and the idea of it more than necessarily the early implementation, Dead Rising 4 is for you. It's just a shit ton of fun. Great game. And I really hope I'm getting a little bored with it, but I hope it's just kind of more discouragement that the game crashed on me. I think that's not helpful. When a game crashes, not helpful. Keep rolling, Frank. Just keep rolling. Oh, the game's very, very pretty on PC, but not amazingly so. Certainly doesn't run amazingly well. There's a lot going on though in terms of reflections and hundreds of zombies. Hundreds. They're everywhere. And you can also do fun things like stick fireworks in their heads and watch them blow up. It's just a fun time. That's all it is. Was Dead Rising 2 the one with the timer? No, Dead Rising 1 and Dead Rising 2 had the timer. Off the Record, I'm pretty sure did too, but Off the Record was basically Dead Rising 2 again, but with Frank West. Dead Rising 3, I think, had a timer, but it was very easy. I don't even remember if it did or not, to tell you the truth. Because that was 2 years ago or so when I played it. I don't even know. The timer was cool though, I thought, because it allowed you to have these like, do I save these people or do I not? Like, do I continue the main quest? And there was stuff in Dead Rising 1 where you could just run out of time. It's like, well, this is the ending you get. Play the game again, and then you'll like learn how to do things. But the thing with it was like, Dead Rising 1 had this save system that was very, like, you could save in all the bathrooms, and it was very difficult to do. Like, you were at risk going out into the world, and that's fun. Like, that's a really fun survival idea. But the combat really wasn't there at Dead Rising 1. And even like 2, it's still this kind of mess. And now that they've given you more items and stuff and made it a little easier, it's more fun and it's more survivable. They really did tone down a lot of the survival stuff. But then again, that skill tree, you can level up your HP and stuff. If you want it to be more difficult, just don't level that up. But yeah, I can understand people wanting what it used to be, is how I'll put it. I think it's fun to just try. I got these fucking swords. Look at the blood everywhere. Incredible. I don't know if it's the video that's all choppy or what, but look at them slice and dice. Blood gets all over your shirt. That's kind of new. Well, it's not necessarily new. They just slice the guys out. It's fucking fun. Slow motion everywhere. It's a good time. It's a good time. Okay. Look at them run. I stayed in this first area by the crashed helicopter for like 20 minutes. Because it's a cool food court. Good game. Good game. Moving on to not as good of a game here in a second. It's all dark and spooky where I am. Spooky.